What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review of Power Book 4 Force. It is Season 1, Episode 5. Now, some of y'all told me that I had said that we weren't having an episode this week. I believe what I had said was that I didn't think we would have an episode this week because they usually take some sort of a mid-season break, hiatus, 4-week kind of thing. But we here. So, let's go. We start this episode off with a series of burials. The first one we have Tommy helping Claudia, and I believe I called that woman Julia last episode. My apologies, y'all. Her name Claudia. We have Tommy burying Miss Claudia. Helping Claudia bury the body of her business partner or former business partner. And Tommy is telling her, listen, this is the game. This is all a part of it. Like, the game ain't all glitz and glamour. It's not all, yada, yada, yada. Sometimes the game is grimy. It's dirty. And it's death. And he tells her, listen, the first one is always the hardest, but basically get used to it. Then we are at the burial of Jannard's boy who got killed in last week's shenanigans. And of course, Jannard is blaming Tommy. And Diamond is like, listen, we all agreed to this. We all signed up for it, and we all knew what the risks were. Like, we can't blame Tommy for everything. Like, we all agreed to this. We signed off on it. When the funeral is over, he gives old boy's mama some money to, tide her over. That's what we do. Then we head on over to Walter and Vic, and they're burying Vic's boy who got killed as well. And the part that I thought was weird was, Vic, you know everything else that's going on. You ain't know that this was the Serbs. You ain't know that's what it was until later on in the episode. You ain't connect those dots. Anyway, but again, they're burying their own, the way that they know how to do it. And we found out that this is somebody that Vic had been friends with. Well, I should say Walter doesn't. Anyway, Vic had been friends with him, they said, since they were 3 years old. So they were like, best friends kind of thing. And then we see Walter talking to Claude, and basically saying, you still got time to save your son. We're going to get him back. And so I feel like we keep bringing up the son for a reason. Like, it's not an accident that they keep bringing the son up, and they've shown us the son. I don't know what role he's going to play, but I don't think it's just, like, if they did it that one scene, I'd be like, okay, that was an unnecessary scene. We could throw it away. But the fact that they keep bringing up the fact that he has this son who has issues, I feel like they're going to try to connect it somehow. Claudia is also noticing that her daddy is sick, and her and Vic have a conversation, and she tries to talk to Vic about it, and Vic was like, don't worry about it, it's just bronchitis, he gets it every year, don't you remember? But Claudia, girl, believe your eyes, your daddy is sick and he is dying right before your eyes, okay? And I feel like that's what Vic is doing. Vic is just holding on to the fact that daddy is dying, because he's getting bolder and bolder, and I guess he feel like, listen, he gonna be dead soon, so I can do what I want to do, okay? However I'm gonna make this happen is however I'm gonna make this happen. So we see everybody meet back up, and basically they done voted Tommy out the clubhouse, okay? Everybody's mad at Tommy. Everybody's blaming Tommy, except for Diamond. I don't feel like Diamond was part of the vote against Tommy, but, majority rule. So it was Jannard, Vic, and Diamond. I feel like it was a vote 2-1. But they agreed to buy Tommy out of whatever bricks he has, and basically, they're going to take advantage of the pipeline that Tommy opened up. And Tommy was pissed about it, but he went away, in my opinion, without too much of a fight. But I think because he knows he got this other thing going on with Claudia, that he's really not tripping. Had he not had that situation going on with Claudia, I feel like it would have been, that conversation would have went a whole different direction. But they asked him how much he want for his bricks, and Tommy was like 38. And they get ready to argue with Tommy. Jannard wants to argue, talking about some 38. That's crazy. But Diamond was like, if you want 38, we're going to pay him 38. Because again, I don't think Diamond really wants to end this partnership. And I also feel like that Diamond knows he got to do right by Tommy, unless they don't want no beef. They just want it to be over and want it to be done. So Tommy rolls out with his money, And we see the three of them, the three amigos that's left, basically talking about how they're gonna divide up the real estate, how they're gonna divide up, how they gonna run the city now that Tommy's not a part of the picture, right? So Diamond brings Tommy his money, and Diamond basically is like, "So what you got going on?" And Tommy said, "Basically, I'm a cat. I'm gonna land on my feet. It's all good." He goes to give Liliana her half and she's like, "Well, what you gonna do with your money?" He said, "I'm gonna reinvest. I'm gonna jump on this deal with Claudia." And she was like, "Well, let me get in with you." And he was like, "Girl, you need to go somewhere and chill out. Like, you got a whole bullet in, a whole bullet wound. You need to go chill out." And she was like, "I'm good. Like, I'm good. And we done already had this conversation 500 times. I'm not going nowhere. I don't have nowhere to go. What's good?" So Tommy goes to meet with, Claudia, and again, they talking about how they gonna put their business in order, how they gonna get things set up, and he lets her know, "Listen, I got somebody I need to bring in on it. She good people. She my ride or die. She my side. She my number two, and she need to get down." And Claudia is a little leery about it because Claudia's like, "I don't know her, and what we about to do and how we gonna move it." So Tommy comes up with this idea, which as soon as he starts explaining the idea, all I think about is Power Book 2 and that rooftop. They talk about the lockers and how they're going to start using the bus station, the train stations, or whatever, and they're going to exchange the product through the lockers, right? And Claudia is like, "I don't know about that. Like, I don't know how I like that idea. You bringing in people I don't know. You talking about moving the product through a damn locker. I don't know about that situation." So then she lets Tommy know, "Well, listen, I got my boy Reggie, he's involved already." And Tommy was like, Reggie got to go to the back of the line. Like, he don't get to skip the line." And she was like, "What you talking about? That's my boy." She said, "It's no different than you and Liliana." He said, "Nah, Liliana is different. She's on this side. She's not on the distro side. And, I trust her." And she was like, "Well, I trust Reggie." He was like, "No, you don't. You don't even understand what that word means." Now, here's my problem. Claudia, first of all, I understand that you bringing Tommy on, and maybe you're a little intimidated by Tommy or whatever, but you need to put your foot down and let Tommy know, "Nah, this is how it has to go, because this man gave me his money for this product and I owe him." Like, you making it seem like you want to bring him on. You didn't make it clear to Tommy that you brought him on. Now, mind you, Reggie is calling her the whole damn episode, right? And finally, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock this out, because finally, at the end of the episode, we see him following her, and he's pissed off. He is like, "How you just gonna ghost me? Like, you take my money and you ghost me, you leave me, you gave me, I need my product. Like, what is going on?" And he actually tries to kill Claudia. Claudia ends up killing him, and she right back in that same field burying the body. The way she started the episode is the way she ended the episode, right? Anyway, so then while Tommy and Claudia are having this meeting, she gets a call from her dad telling her to get her ass to the office. She gets down there, and the FBI is there with paperwork. They need copies of the papers and the manifest and the this and the that, because they're using a dialysis office as one of their fronts, and they need to see the patient list, I guess, to see if it lines up with. They need the paperwork, and of course, Walter can't get in the computer because Claudia has made it her business to make herself indispensable. But see, the problem was she wasn't there when the FBI showed up. So Daddy is mad. Daddy is like, "See, that's why you ain't ready to be in charge, because you weren't even here when you were supposed to be. And where the hell were you anyway?" She was like, "Don't you worry about where I was. I got here. The FBI didn't have nothing, and we're good." Now let's talk about these FBI agents for a second. Again, unnecessary storyline. The FBI situation is stupid. It is unnecessary, and it's ill thought out, right? Y'all show up. Y'all don't have any reason, any rhyme or reason. Clearly, y'all don't have a good enough warrant, because all she had to do was show y'all 3 pieces of paper, and y'all cleared out and left after y'all was sitting there talking much shit. Like, y'all was had such bravado or whatever. So later on in the episode, we see the FBI try to run up on Claude, and they try to, basically get Claude to flip. Now, mind you, when y'all roll up on Claude, he is pushing a whole Bentley. What made y'all think that y'all just saying, "Come on over and play nice with the FBI," Claude was going to be like, "Okay, here I come"? Y'all going to have to come with some surveillance photos. Y'all going to have to come with some proof that he done did something. But I think this might be where his son is going to come into play, because Claude's Achilles heel is his son. So the fact that they've introduced this son. They've showed this son. They see that his son is strung out. Maybe his son was involved in the business. Maybe the FBI ends up getting some dirt on his son, and that's how they get to Claude. Because other than that, I don't even understand why they rolled up on him. That was a waste of everybody's time, energy, and frankly, my patience. So then we see Diamond and Jannard talking, and once again, Jannard is whining about Tommy. And Diamond, once again, is telling him, listen, if it wasn't for Tommy, we got this whole pipeline that we got opened up to us. And if it wasn't for Tommy, we wouldn't have it. Like, you need to really stop, really just chill out on that. Also, Jannard comes up with this bright idea that they're going to put money aside into a savings account. So when the Serbs come back looking for their money, when the Serbs come back, they can basically say, hey, sorry we killed all your people and we shot up everything and we stole your pipeline, but here's some money that we've been putting aside for you. That sounds good on paper, but I really feel like when the Serbs show up, they're not going to be showing up asking no questions, and they certainly are not going to be taking no blank checks. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like they're going to shoot first, ask questions later. But let me know how that work out for y'all, okay? Y'all let me know how that work out. Now, Claude walks in, and Walter asked him passed out on the floor. Again, I feel like this scene is to just further exasperate the fact that Walter is dying. He done bust his head open, and this is where Claude is like, listen, you really need to tell the kids what's going on. And Walter looks at him crazy. He was like, you think I don't know? You think I can't see what's going on right in front of my eyes? Like, I know what's going on. I know what I see. He was like, and you need to talk to the kids about it, because it's not fair to make them go through this twice. Now, what we also found out is that Claude is actually Walter's brother-in-law. So the wife, the kid's mother that died from, I guess, some sort of a cancer, she was Claude's sister. So we see where that connection comes from, and we see where the family loyalty is in place. He's not just an employer, but they have a family connection. So Jannard decides that for whatever reason he done got rid of Tommy, but he still want to know what Tommy's up to and what Tommy is doing. So Jannard rolls up on JP's son, the one that he don't know is his son, and he offers him $5,000 to follow Tommy around. Now, what I thought was interesting is that the boy thought that Jannard was offering him money to shoot Tommy, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do it for no less than 10 G's." So you mean to tell me that you willing to follow somebody around for $5,000, but if it were a murder for hire, you would do it for 10? Sir, your price list is off. Your pay scale is a little corroded. I'm gonna need you to go back to school, and I'm gonna need you to figure that out. I'm gonna need you to weigh the pros and the cons of that situation. Anyway, so then we see Tommy clean up. He done put on a suit and all that good stuff. Let me rewind. First, they have Liliana go in to, I guess this is like the train station or the arena or somewhere where there's a whole bunch of these lockers. But they have her running recognizance on how many security guards and where the cameras are and this, that, and the other. And Tommy says this is perfect. Like, nobody is paying attention. People are coming in and out of there all day long with briefcases and bags and using those lockers to store whatever they need to store. Like, this is perfect. And so Claudia says something to him about blending in and being able to, stand out. She was like, I could walk in there, but you can't walk in there. So, of course, Tommy had to prove her wrong. And he goes and he puts on a suit and cleans up. And he actually does walk through there. They get these lockers, and they end up putting cameras in the lockers so they can keep an eye on what's coming in and what's going out of the lockers. Then they send packages to... Remember that episode where they had Tommy running around town, Tommy and Diamond running around town dropping off product? Remember I said then that was the setup so Tommy would know who the players are in the city? Well, here we go. So Tommy sends a package to the acidic Jews, and he also sends a package to the female Latina, I guess she was running her family. Sends a package to both of them. They show up at the lockers to get their package. Of course, they're like, who is this? What's going on? But I guess greed and curiosity, we know how I killed the cat. So they showed up, and it worked like a charm. Tommy saw them on the cameras. He saw them take the package out. He was able to follow them. I guess he gave them burner phones because he was texting them. And we see where she actually tried the product. She got one of her people to try the product, and of course he got high. So then she tried it, and then she got high, and she texted Tommy and was like, "Yo, I'm in. What do we have to do next?" Now we didn't see where the City Jews had come in yet, but I'm assuming next episode we'll see where they either decide to be a part of it or not be a part of it. However, that's gonna go down. So then we see Vic and Walter have another one of their little arguments, and Vic tells Walter, "Listen, Gloria coming to Sunday night dinner," and Walter was like, "But she not, because she's not welcome at my dinner table, and there won't be a place set for her." And Vic was like, "But she is, so make sure there's a table set. There's a place set, and we'll see you on Sunday." So then we see him telling Gloria, "Listen, you coming to Sunday dinner. I told you that I was bringing you around my family. I told you that I was inviting you to the party, and, just be ready, and I'm coming to pick you up." And while they out there talking, somebody rose up and starts shooting at them. And of course, Vic immediately thinks that it is the Serbs, which it probably was. And he tells his daddy, and his daddy is like, "So that was you." Because again, he knew about the hits on the Serbs, but it never occurred to him that it was his actual son. So he was like, "Wait a minute, that was you that did that?" He was like, "Why am I always cleaning up your messes? Like, this is ridiculous. That's why you're not ready either." So I guess he figured, damn, I can't die, because ain't even one of my kids ready to take over the damn business. So later on in the episode, we see Walter walk into an empty restaurant. All it was 3 Serb men, and the waitress, and he basically ends up killing all 3 of them. Now I was like, where's the security? Where's the security? They just sitting there chilling. They don't have no security, nobody on the door, especially after the hit that they just took. Just nothing. So they end up, he kills them. I guess it's a way to make sure they don't come for his son. Whatever. Now while that's going on, Tommy and JP are back at this damn house that they are renovating, but don't know what they doing with it, don't know who own it, or whatever the situation is. And while they're there, the dude that's following Tommy, of course, he gets there, and he sees that Tommy is sitting there talking to his dad that he can't stand. So of course he's pissed off, and he ends up going to Jannard and tells Jannard, "Listen, I can't do this no more. I can't do this job no more. You're going to have to find somebody else to do it." He don't explain to Jannard what the problem is, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm out." I was like, and he gave Jannard his money back. The other thing that Tommy and JP talk about is this money situation and how he got into it and how he got so far behind. So he asked Tommy, "Yo, what is it that you doing? Like, where you get your money from?" And Tommy was like, "I told you, I'm a businessman." And he was like, "Nah, for real." He was like, "Okay, well then you need me to say it. You already know the answer. So you need me to give you the answer to a question you already know the answer to. Like, I'm a drug dealer." And so JP wants Tommy to put him on, and Tommy was like, "Nah, you can't have no parts of this." Now I don't know if it's because Tommy really just don't trust JP because he don't know him like that, or if he really just doesn't want JP to get in it. Like, he don't want to be responsible for JP getting in the business. But either way, he tells JP no. He said, "Listen, I'll keep helping you out when I can, but nah, you can't have no parts of this." Now I feel like what's going to end up happening is, I feel like Tommy is going to end up using JP's bar as a front and a place where he can launder his money, but we'll get there because I don't think we got there yet. We see another conversation with Diamond and Jannard, where Jannard once again is asking Diamond, "Why did you ask me to take over the business? I was on my way to college. Why did you put me in charge?" And once again, he tells him, "Because you were my brother, and it was other people that could have taken over, but you were my brother, and that's who I wanted in charge." And I was like, Jannard, let it go. Like, bruh, it was 15 years ago. Let it go. It was. So Tommy and Liliana are talking to Claudia about who's gonna make their product now that they've gotten rid of the middleman. And she says, "Well, we got the doctor. We got the doctor on lock." So they end up rolling up on the doctor, scaring the hell out of her. She looked like she had just got finished grocery shopping. They scared the hell out of the woman. They take her back to the lab and basically tell her, "Listen, you work for us now, and we need you to make, product, infinite amounts of product, because we really about to get into this business." And she was like, "Hey, that ain't what I signed up for. Like, I wasn't trying to be no drug dealer. I was just trying to do a one-stop shop type situation, get in and get out." And Tommy was like, "Okay, well, you work for us now, and you belong to us." Now, the last we saw the doctor, she had gone to the bathroom and never came out. And he sent Liliana after her. And I feel like she'd have disappeared. I don't know. And I think that's going to put them in a whole lot of trouble because they got to find the damn doctor. Liliana going to have to figure out how to mix it and make it real quick. But anyway. So then we have this situation where Diamond goes into the cafe where we know he likes to eat. And there's this mystery woman sitting in his booth. And they get to talking back and forth, and basically they flirting. And it is so obvious that she was there waiting for him, that this was a setup, that something, I don't know who sent her, I don't know what she there for, I don't know what her intentions are. But it is so clear that her reason for being there are not pure. They actually end up going back to his house and getting it in. Now, Diamond, you know better. You know better than to take some strange woman back to your apartment. Now, she told him because she was eating breakfast when he got there, and he was like, breakfast for dinner? And she said, breakfast for breakfast, because my day starts now. So she didn't already let you know that she works at night. Now, I don't think she's a lady of the night, but clearly whatever she does is a nighttime situation. So after y'all get done having sex, doing what y'all was doing, and you dropped enough clues, by this time you done dropped some clues about where you've been for the last few years, and she gets this phone call and she got to leave. And when we see her leaving, we see her pulling him up and getting that article about him being in jail for 15 years. So again, just not sure who she is and why she was there, but this was clearly not an accidental meeting. The whole damn diner was empty, but she sat in his booth. Yeah, you were there for a reason. Then she comes back the next night, and she waiting out on his front step with some food waiting for him. Yeah, Diamond, watch out for her, because again, this ain't no accident, okay? She there, she set you up. I don't know what the setup is, but we gonna find out together, I guess. And that's pretty much all we have for this episode. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.